Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, I'm talking to you boomers and retirees that want to learn how you can be a low tax or a no tax retiree. I'm talking about removing Uncle Sam from your children's inheritance and insulating your income from the IRS while we still have the tax rules in place before they change. I'm going to talk to you about Charles and Bonnie from my great state of Florida. Charles in his late 70s, Bonnie in her early 70s, and they had two objectives. Three technically. One is to get rid of all this unnecessary tax, which I'll teach you how you can do the same. Two was to protect Bonnie because Charles believes Bonnie will outlive him, as most women outlive men. And three, to make sure that there's no unnecessary tax burden left to their two daughters. So how we were able to address this, and I'm going to be teaching this coming Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com, is we were able to show how to take a deduction for those that qualify and why we still have the deduction, to use that to help them get rid of the remainder of their IRAs, which means with them being in their required minimum distribution ages, we're getting rid of unnecessary reported 10 to 20,000 of income that the client didn't want, but they have to recognize because the government's forcing people out of money at a certain age. Well, that was throwing off another $2,000 to $4,000 of tax. Well, not only that, it was pushing them into a higher tax bracket and taxing a higher percentage of their Social Security. Add to the fact that the capital gains were Charles, with a background in finance and law, very astute in finances, it saved a lot of money in brokerage accounts, but it was getting eroded. The wealth was getting eroded by all the long and short-term capital gains because of being in these retail accounts. In fact, he was pushed into a 32% tax bracket last year because of all the buying and selling that was going on. He shouldn't have been in more than a 22 and possibly even down into a 12% bracket with the right planning. That's what hidden wealth is, helping you to discover and uncover your hidden wealth. So what he and Bonnie were able to find out and learn how to do was get rid of no more IRAs, which means no more requirement of distributions and less tax to them while they're living, and not leaving any unnecessary tax burden of an inherited IRA to their two daughters. On top of that, saving them a fortune in taxes and preventing taxes to the max on their daughters, we got rid of the capital gain tax. We used the same deduction I'll teach Tuesday to also get rid of the rest of the short and long-term gains remaining in their accounts, and then got that money into what's called institutional money management, which again we'll teach this Tuesday, where there's no unwanted capital gains. Because again, they weren't taking income, folks, from these accounts, but because of the way the accounts were traded, they had to recognize it as income and was pushing them into higher taxes. Well, it would also be setting up for higher and higher capital gains that would be left to their daughters. And Biden's administration is targeting capital gains two ways: by raising the capital gain tax rates and lowering the basis of what our children have to recognize that inheritance level at. Well, all told, no tax to them, no tax to their children, and they use deductions to take care of it. And now they've created about a $36,000 tax-free annual income with no inheritance tax risk. You can learn, too, how to insulate your income and inheritance from Uncle Sam in the IRS, and I'll teach it this Tuesday. Go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com, and log in and learn how you can become a low-tax or a no-tax retiree. Folks, you work hard for your money. Washington's war on wealth is only getting started. Retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.